So Magdalena, she's originally from Poland, which also makes it special for me because she and I are basically neighbors. And neighbors in, geographical space, but also neighbors in where we grew up and in the times in which we grew up. So we share a lot of common from our past as well. She's now in Rochester. I actually had to ask her where Rochester is before our session. So if you don't know where Rochester is, it's in the Midwest. That's where, somewhere close to Chicago, for those of you who are not from the US, just that you have a little clue. And she's the director of operations in a Montessori school. She's also the co-founder of the Global Montessori Network, which most of you have heard about. And Tomasz is going to share a link in chat for the Global Montessori Network as well. And she's also the founder of a new initiative, which is called Zone Genius. And you should also check that out. Magdalena is a coach, a mentor. She's also a speaker. She comes from the corporate world. And when she was in the corporate world, she worked in the HR. And she's bringing all of this wealth of 15 years of experience working in the corporate world and working with people and working in the HR into Montessori. So you can imagine that she has a wealth of knowledge and experience that we can really draw on and from. And I've said a lot, so I'm going to finish right here. And there's the word to Magdalena. Thank you, Magdalena, for coming and accepting invitation to today's community conversations. And the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mirka, for a very kind and warm welcome. Let me share my screen. Okay, fabulous. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Here is cheers to 2022, the year of gratitude, resilience, and growth. Thank you for taking the time away from your very busy schedules to be here, and for being curious about the relationship between resilience and gratitude. I'm inviting you to create this 45 minutes or so as an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. You can choose it to see as an investment in your growth or investment in yourself, in self-care, or both. I'm committed that you walk away with tangible results, so I'm going to make you work. For those of you that know me, I'm a doer. I'm all about actions, taking steps and getting things done. So prepare to work hard today. I'm also going to invite you to turn off your phones, have a cup of tea or water, close all your apps, look newly, have a pen and a paper ready. We're going the old school. Before we started, before the presentation, we were chatting about using email, and even for our children, email nowadays is for the old people. So we're going really old school. And then, of course, participate. The more you participate, the more engaged you are, the more you will get out of this session. After the session, you will be left with 3 powerful tools. And like I said, results. I'm all about actions and results. One of the results is going to be having an action plan and solution for staffing shortages in your school. So who is excited about getting some ideas about how to solve that using gratitude and growth, and of course, resilience. Fabulous. So after the session, you will walk away with a playbook of tactics to practice gratitude. You will have a framework to build your resilience. You will have strategies for starting to take actions and starting to take actions today, right now. You will be also able to do the following. Identify or connect with your awareness. So I will do a guided meditation, guided visualization, and that will really tell us how connected or disconnected sometimes we're from our bodies and how much we are or we are not in the present moment. Oops. We'll work through our personal resilience plan. And this is where, as a community, we'll go through an exercise of creating a resilience plan for staffing shortages in our schools. And then, like I mentioned, we'll go and take immediate actions and identify what are the next steps. When we can take them, how we take them, and then also who will keep us accountable for taking those steps. So before we start, let me say a little bit more about who I am. Mirka did a fabulous job introducing me. As she mentioned, I am an executive and leadership coach. AMI Montessori administrator, co-founder of Global Montessori Network, and founder of the Zone of Genius. Most importantly, I love learning. I read, I listen to audiobooks. I'm passionate about psychology. I'm passionate about childhood development. And most importantly, about what it means to be a human being. I attribute my journey into the Montessori world to my wonderful 12-year-old son, James. He is the reason why I ended up being at the Montessori school. And he is the inspiration for me and the result of a lot of the things that I take on and a lot of the things that I do on daily basis. So in today's presentation, we'll cover gratitude, resilience, and growth. Gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, the creativity of the universe. You open the door through gratitude. That's one of my favorite quotes from Deepak Chopra. So let's check in and start with a definition of what gratitude is, how does it work, and why does it work? This is actually one of my absolutely favorite definitions of gratitude that came from Handbook of Positive Psychology. Gratitude is sense of wonder, thankfulness, and appreciation for life. Ask yourself, how often do we get a chance to wonder? Our children are so wonderful in taking that on and wondering. But for us, for adults, how often do we actually get to do it? Another thing is when we pause and take a moment to look inside of our hearts, we discover deep down within ourselves that we have this amazing superpower, the superpower of saying thank you. Gratitude is also an art of stepping into positive feelings of kindness, generosity, giving, and gifts from our hearts. We can use gratitude to harness the power to build resilience and growth. We all want a happy life, a fulfilling job, great family, financial stability, friends, travel, meaningful life. In the pursuit of happiness, how often do we spare the time to pause and give thanks for what we already have in this particular moment? Gratitude is a very powerful human emotion. By conveying and receiving simple thank you, we truly derive the pleasure that we seek everywhere else. Hence, there's such a magic in the simple phrase, thank you. Let's look at what are the benefits of gratitude. In the physical aspect, we have a stronger immune system when we are grateful. We sleep better. And there's also studies that show there's a reduction of pain. In the emotional realm, we have increased satisfaction, enhanced mood, positive thoughts. In the social areas, we experience increased empathy, greater involvement in team, and most importantly, a better communication. Gratitude in all forms is associated with happiness. Whether you say thank you to someone else or receive the same from others, the feeling it brings pure joy, satisfaction, and encouragement. Expression of gratitude helps in building long-term relationships, dealing with adverse situations, and bouncing back from them fast. Gratitude brings happiness. The connection between gratitude and happiness is multidimensional. Expressing gratitude not only to others, but also to ourselves induces positive emotions, the feelings of joy, happiness. By producing feelings of pleasure, contentment, gratitude impacts our overall health and well-being. So now let's do a quick practice. And this is where a pen and paper, the old style, comes in handy. Write down 3 things that you are grateful for. And I'm doing all the exercises with you guys. So today, I am incredibly grateful for technology. Second, I am incredibly grateful for Lead Montessori and the entire team for bringing us together. And 3, I am incredibly grateful for a community that I can step in and for the experience of I am not alone. Now, we will do a quick 4-minute practice. I will walk you through the process of using gratitude for personal growth, career, emotional growth, spiritual growth, you pick. I'm going to ask you to get comfortable, take a deep breaths, with the disclaimer that if you, and I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, but if you're driving or walking, please don't close your eyes. So only if you are sitting and you're in a position of closing your eyes, okay? Close your eyes. Take a moment to get comfortable in your seat. Take few deep, slow breaths. Allow yourself to relax. All you need to do is listen. Listen, imagine, and relax. Think about an area of your life in which you want to flourish, that's important to you. It might be an area of relationship, family, career, school. Take a moment to visualize it in your mind's eye. Now, with this area in mind, imagine yourself going forward in the future, in time. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Now we are 1 month into the future and you have started working towards achieving your desire. You are on the road to success. You are incredibly grateful for this growth. Ask yourself, what strengths am I using? What decisions have I made? What actions have I taken? How does it feel to be on this road to success? Now, using your imagination, continue visualizing your growth. You are significantly closer to achieving your desire, your goal, and you are deeply grateful for achieving your goal. You're deeply grateful for achieving your desire. You are experiencing the benefits of all your efforts. Connect with the feeling of gratitude for your achievement. How do you feel? Allow yourself to notice any feelings that are tied to this moment, to this experience. Now, I would like you to continue going forward in time until you reach 1 year from now. Here, you have fully accomplished your goal, your desires. You have achieved success. Visualize your life in your mind. Connect to being grateful. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? What are people saying to you? And what are you saying to them? How do you feel reaching your goal? How do you feel reaching your desire? Perhaps there are feelings of pride, joy, satisfaction, gratitude, love, celebration. And now look back on your journey and consider how you reach this new space. Who are you being? How are you being? Consider all the things that helped you. Consider all the emotions you connected to. Now, as the exercise comes to an end, take a deep, slow breath. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes. Take a pen and paper, and now write down again 3 things that you are grateful for after doing this exercise. Okay, and now in the chat, I'm curious if you can share some things that you are grateful for, and also, was it easier for you to connect to gratitude the first time or the second time? So what am I grateful for? Okay, light up the chat, pay attention. I told there's work involved. What am I grateful for? Awesome. Community that surrounds and support me. Friends, beautiful. What else? My husband, for my colleagues, awesome. Health and life, trust, family and friends, beautiful. Home, family, friends, opportunities for growth, beautiful. New experiences and new school today. Yes, there's always new, those are wonderful. Nature, yay. Minus 20 degrees outside and no sun, perfect. Thank you so much. Now, if you can put in the chat if it was easier for you to connect to gratitude and write the first time or the second time. So put number 1 or number 2. 1, 1, 2, perfect, 2. Yeah, awesome. 2, great. Yeah, more. Yeah, I'm seeing more 2s, and that's wonderful, because so the first time when I've asked you to write down, the voice inside of our heads probably was saying, I don't want to do it. You are not the boss of me, so don't tell me what to do. This is too much work. I don't have paper. I don't want, etc., yeah, right? So there's always this conversation we're having inside. And then the second time, after a short meditation practice, you were able to connect and to the feelings of gratitude and be grateful for things right away. Thank you for your active participation. Yay. So in my opinion, gratitude is the key to resilience. Emotional resilience allows us to deal with stress and challenging situations. Resilience permits us to tackle problems head on, overcome difficult situations, create innovative solutions, and take inspired actions. Adding the practice of gratitude allows us to be in a win-win position for building a strong resilience practice. So this is a quote from Nelson Mandela: "Do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." So what is resilience? The dictionary's definition of resilience is capacity to recover quickly from difficult times. And how do we use it's the what, but also how. So resilience is the ability to cope with whatever life throws at us, like COVID, and bounce back stronger and more steadfast than before. Resilient people work through life challenges using personal resources, including social support, coping strategies, wisdom, and actions. So think about a time recently where you overcame a challenge or setback in your life. Pen, paper, write it down. Example of time recently when you were able to overcome a challenge or setback in your life. Perhaps you injured yourself, or you received some negative feedback at work, or you had argument with a friend or family member. Just briefly describe it, 1-2 sentences. Okay, so we have an example, we have a specific situation in our mind. Now, on our piece of paper, we are going to draw 2 lines. This way we have 4 squares. I told you guys we're doing it the old school style, no printouts. Use your hands, very Montessori. Okay, square 1, support. Square 2, strategies. Square 3, wisdom. And square 4, my favorite, actions. Okay. So now, when you think about the situation that you have in mind, what supportive people in your life kept you standing when it would have been easier to fall? For instance, did you call an old friend? Did you ask a teacher for advice, a parent, a grandparent? Who did you talk to? Write down the names. Okay. Next, what strategies did you use to help yourself cope with any negative thoughts or feelings that showed up in a response to this difficulty? For example, did you meditate? Did you write in a gratitude journal? Did you go for a walk? Listen to music? read something, write down the strategies you used, okay? Okay, wisdom. What wisdom helped you bounce back from this difficulty? It could came from novels, poetry, spiritual writing, quotes from famous people, sayings of loved ones, grandparents, or learning from our own experiences. So write down your wisdom. And then what actions did you take? For example, did you problem solve, seek out new information, plan ahead, negotiated, spoke up, consulted, write down actions you took. So I'm going to walk you through my example. This is a hypothetical example of the difficult situation was that I did not do well on a job interview and I did not get my dream job. So for support, I called my partner. I called my mom. She is the best. I booked dinner with my best friend. Okay. The strategy I used in this situation was I went for a walk. I played with my dog. I did some gardening and journaling. The wisdom was I remember that growth comes from mistakes. I had a sticky note on my fridge that said, "This too shall pass." And I thought about what I could do differently next time. Actions. I asked for feedback, applied for 3 new jobs, and sought professional coaching. Okay, so this is now where the fun part is, and again, it requires participation. So we're going to design resilience plan for what we all are struggling with, the current challenge of shortage of faculty due to COVID, okay? So I am going to stop sharing so I can monitor the chat. Okay, so we have our challenge is not enough staff or support staff at the school. For support, who can we call? Light up the chat. This is helping everyone. I know everyone is struggling with this topic. Parents, heads of school. Yep, heads of school. Beautiful. Calling the heads of school. Thank you, Peter. It really helps with the experience of I am not alone. I know from the conversations I have with different colleagues, we all are sitting there and like all want to pull our hair out because we are short of 8-10 people because of COVID. And just sitting in our offices, we have the experience of like, oh, it's only me, no one else is struggling with this. Colleagues, yep, perfect, excellent. Other Montessori community, yes. Yes. Retired teachers, Oh, that might come back. Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. Yes. So what strategies can we employ while we're going through these difficult times? College students. Yeah, college students are right. So in terms of strategies, we can, again, do some journaling. We can do some deep breathing, writing. I'm really curious what wisdom, what would you put in the wisdom other than this shall pass too? I need some wisdom. I know we have very wise people on here. Keep moving forward. Yes. What else? One day at a time. Yes. Perfect. I've been there before. Yes. I will be there again. Thank you. Yes. What is meant to happen will happen no matter how we try to control things. Yes. Oh, peer teaching among children. Oh, I love this idea. When you are at the very bottom, you will go up again. Yes. I'm stealing that one for sure. Buddhistic approach. Yes, I can learn from these situations. Beautiful. Adapting to new things is learning. Yep. Yep. Another trust. Yeah, trust the team. Trust is big. Another every day. Every day is a school day. Yes. Don't try. Yes, don't try to solve this alone. Yep, definitely. Teams are huge. Faith, yes. Amazing. I love. Thank you. Those the wisdoms are absolutely priceless. I'm going to actually make reminders and share it with the group because those are beautiful, beautiful reminders and beautiful wisdom. If it's not about life, it's nothing too big to bother with. Thank you. Yes. So now let's talk about what actions can we take. So one of the actions I already saw above was we can reach out to retired teachers. So that's a great action. We can reach out to college students and beg and plead with them to come and work at our school. We can talk to parents and invite them to come and step in and help. What else? What other actions can we take? What are some actions that you are taking currently to hire? And I know that some actions like I'm going to put it on job boards is not working very well. At least it's not working for me. Yeah, spot on, Peter. Look for opportunities to grow talent within the school. Absolutely. That one is big. Support for current staff to improve retention. Yes. The support for current staff to improve retention is huge because, and it really ties to the magic of gratitude and the magic of saying thank you. Because when you think about, your daily struggles with, I have 8 faculty members out, how am I going to keep up with my ratios? Very often we forget to say thank you to the people that are actually at the school, to the people that showed up. And I know as leaders, we think often that thank you is not good enough. I should be, probably giving them gift certificates or, more money or treating them to lunch, et cetera, et cetera. But actually just coming up to someone and saying, thank you for being here. I know it's difficult. I know you are struggling. I know you are scared and you are still here, makes a huge difference. Create partnerships with local universities and communities to funnel college students directly into the teaching communities. Yes, absolutely. That is a fabulous idea. Commit to sending a new person to training if they come now to help out. Yes, that's Kathy, that's a wonderful idea. Training and giving people opportunities, it's a big incentive right now. Support new generations so they can get certificates. Yes, absolutely. Peter, thank you. Rethink qualifications and focus on personal characteristics as opposed to training and experience. That's so well said, because and I'm sure you've guys seen this and read it across different magazines, that the new trend in HR is actually focusing less on what's on the resume and focusing more on what are the personal characteristics of the candidates. What are they bringing? Are they a good fit for my school from or on the emotional, social spectrum? Wonderful, thank you. So now we have a whole slew of actions, and I really hope that you are able to take some of these ideas and from the chat and implement it, or at least try to implement it at your school, and that you do feel that you got something from from this presentation. Because like I said at the beginning, I'm committed that you walk away from this with hopefully a little bit of with a grateful heart, a little bit more relaxed and actionable items. So you can, take on as a next step, looking at within your school, who is a great candidate that I can grow, that can become the lead teacher. Let me go back to my presentation. I want to make sure that I'm doing good on time. Okay, so now if we're growing, we're always going to be out of comfort zone. So what is growth? Stage or condition in increasing, developing, or maturing. I personally really like my favorite one is developing, because I'm always developing myself. I want to make sure I finish on time, and we have also time for Q&A. So I will walk through this slides pretty fast, but I know everyone is familiar with a comfort zone. So comfort zone yay, feel safe. I'm comfortable. This is my area of just being on autopilot, but I feel great. It's like, this is my blanket. I like to use this analogy of pink blanket, because it's nice and cozy and I'm just feeling great. Okay. The fear zone is where we come up with really good excuses for not taking actions. I know for myself, I have really good excuses, especially when it comes to not exercising. So right now, my perfect excuse is it's way too cold. There is no way that I will ever go for a walk or run when it's minus 10 degrees outside. And I know it is just an excuse. Okay. I'm proud of it. I own it. I'm still working on it. Learning zone. So when we step into the learning zone, we are in action, we are getting new skills, we are expanding. And then in the growth zone, this is where the magic happens. We're taking actions, we're making our dreams reality, we're setting new goals. The reason why I call it also, so it's the growth zone, but I personally call it the zone of genius, because in this zone is where flow happens. This is where creativity happens. This is where new ideas are born, collaboration. And I actually have a separate course coming up on being and living in the growth zone and living in your zone of genius. So maybe later in the year, Mirka will bring me back and I can talk more about the living in the growth zone. So let's quickly recap. We started with gratitude. And from gratitude and getting in touch with gratitude, we were able to experience and work through resilience and build a resilience plan, personal resilience plan, but also a community resilience plan for getting more stuff. And then from resilience, we step into taking actions and then growing. To me, what's magical about the circle is that it can go anywhere you choose. So I can start with a growth, and as I'm growing, I'm experiencing more and more gratitude. As I'm experiencing more and more gratitude, I have higher and more resilience. Or I can start in the area of resilience and then step into growth. So when you think about the middle of the circle, I call it, it's where the magic happens. So remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. I think I did good on time. 15 minutes for questions. Okay, we'll open. Mirka, do we open the chat or do we open?
I think we can do both. Thank you, Magdalena. I was just trying to capture the last quote. Remember that what you have was one in the zone of what you were hoping for, something like this, right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
This is actually, oh, yeah, you cannot see it, but remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. I have it on my desk.
And it actually answers to a thought that I had when I listened to you. I was thinking, you know, like, but how do you become grateful?
Right.
How do you, and this just answers the question. It just, all we need to do is to remember that what we have today might have been something we were hoping for. That's one of the things. Magdalena, do you have some regular practice that you can share with us?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Although when I share my practice, people, some people cringe because I personally get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my first hour is spent on meditation, and you don't have to do any of it. This is just me. If you do, I promise you, 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of inspirational reading, because I love reading. So I have my daily reading stack of books, inspirational. And then I journal. And then I stretch, do yoga, stretches, and then I have my coffee. So that's just what I do personally. But like I said, I know it sounds really complicated, long and excessive. 5 minutes of each will cause miracles. What's on my stack of inspirational reading? Yay! Right now is Guy Hendricks, and he has 365 days of great gratitude work. Let me look up exactly what that title is. One moment, please. And so grateful for technology. The book is called A Year of Living Consciously. I absolutely love it. Perfect. Thank you, Thomas.
Everybody's getting the book, I'm sure.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah. I also practice gratitude with my team. So every team meeting, we start with a guided exercise meditation, where I lead 3, 5, 10 minutes of getting centered and connecting to gratitude. During the times of COVID, that made a huge difference. It really lowers the anxiety level, and I feel like we're able to accomplish more and be more productive, because, as you know, I'm all about actions and being productive. Tips for journal. Sticky notes. Literally. I can tell you, Marisa, that I've tried all sorts of journals, guided, unguided. I spent way too much money that to admit to anyone on beautiful journals. What happens for me is that I have this beautiful journal. I open it, I write on 1 or 2 pages, and then it just sits there collecting dust. So for me, again, personally, literally sticky notes. Cheap.
So I will, on behalf of everybody, say thank you, Magdalena, for coming to the community today to share your mind and your experience and your heart and your tools as well. And we definitely hope that you will come back. Yes. And I do encourage you all to look at Magdalena's ebook, because it will help you to start practicing gratitude in a very meaningful way, if you want to do that. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. And
you.
we'll be back in 1 month's time.